I know it's probably June 3rd by now because I've been struggling trying to put this disaster dumpster fire of a game and season into perspective, because we're only 3 games under 500 and 4.5 back, but it feels like we're 13 games under 500. And even when we do something good, it turns out bad for some unknown, annoying reason. And umpires are clowns, and they need to get their act together, or robots are gonna start ruling Major League Baseball, and they need to, because I think Phil Cuzzi had the Nationals tonight with a disastrous zone for honestly both sides, but robbed the Braves of some clutch stuff. No less the Ronald Acuna Jr. strike 1 call that was up here on a 3-0 count. Should have been ball 4, giving the reigning MVP Freddie Freeman a chance to tie the ball game. But instead, he smokes a ball right at Starlin Castro for the ground out to end the ball game. And by the way, I think there's like a magnetic field or a big mitt or glove around the field for the Braves, because when we smoke a ball over 100 miles an hour, it's going to get caught. Because William Contreras did it right before the Acuna at bat, smoked it right to Stevenson, the left fielder. Freddie's had that curse all season long, and it's just and in the second inning, second and third, 2 outs, Ronald Acuna Jr. smokes a 108-mile-an-hour grounder right to Trey Turner, gets out of that mess for Jon Lester. So I don't know anymore, and the bullpen giving up late inning homers, that's a regular occurrence that's annoying, and it doesn't matter who it is. It doesn't matter who Snit puts in. It just happens. And so Dansby Swanson tied it 1-1 after a first inning that should have profited the Braves a run, because Ronald leadoff walk and stole second. We didn't replay it for some reason. The replay guy said no when he clearly beat it, and then we wasted our replay on a bang-bang Freddie Freeman grounder against the Ship. Could have been safe there too, but you never know about replay. So instead of having a runner at second and 1 out, or runner at third, 1 out, and Ozzie smokes the ball up the middle for a single, would have been 1-0. It's not. Drew Smyly, after a 1-2-3 first, he gives up 3 consecutive singles, an RBI single to Starlin Castro, 1-0. Dansby ties it with a swan bomb. Great piece of hitting on a cutter, Apo Taco. So 1-1, and then we get 2 consecutive singles by Arianza and Heredia. And then Smith gets productive out grounder. Smyly gets to a 3-2 count, but pops up with the infield in. And then the Acuna grounder that I spoke of smokes it, doesn't get rewarded. And then in the third, for back-to-back singles by Ozzie and Freddie. Productive out by Austin. Great approach by Dansby. Smokes a few foul. And then the crafty veteran of Jon Lester sprinkles in a changeup. He taps it in front of the plate for an out there. And then Adrianza off stride flies out centered in that threat. So the offense doesn't get a pass either. But gosh, we smoke a lot of balls, and they always get caught this season. It's downright ridiculous. And then, so it's 1-1. Somehow Drew Smyly was able to get out of a bases loaded, no out jam in the third. Before that, don't know how. He was able to strike out Gomes and Robles and Schwarber. Don't know how, but he did that. So it's 1-1, heading to the fifth, and Drew Smyly, third time through the order. Some things you guess at, and other things you just know. Don't do it, Snicker. It never ends well. And a hustle double by Turner. A really nice heads-up IQ play by Ozzie, nabbing Turner at third on a hot smash grounder right to him. Perfect laser throw. so erases that. But then Juan Soto, 2 strikes quickly, and then tries to sneak a fastball, high and away fastball, past Soto, and it got crunched for a 2-run blast, 3-1. 2 strike. He's given up 14 homers and 7 of those on 2 strikes. Sticker, don't trust Smiley, 3rd time through the order. Anybody watching the game knew something wasn't going to happen good. And then we finally get it tied. Leadoff double by Almonte. Back-to-back strikeouts by Sandoval and Acuna. But a nice walk by Freddie despite Phil Cuzzi. And then Ozzie smokes the ball into the gap for a 2 RBI double. And then, so it's tied 3-3, but we only get to enjoy that for 5 seconds. After 2 really nice defensive plays by Ozzie and Minter on the Bell play against the shift, able to stretch and keep his toe on the bag. And then 2-2, should have been a strikeout probably, but Phil Cuzzi, whatever. But Minter's got to throw his fastball, tried a 2-2 cutter, meatball right down the middle. Young Gomes parked it, 4-3. And then Chris Martin got Phil Cuzzi'd after a 2-out, 2-strike hit by pitch on Robles, so that was his fault. But should have got a strike 3 call on Turner, but didn't. And then he was able to smack it up the middle for a clutch insurance run, 5-3. And then I've explained every other bad thing that happened tonight. I know this took forever, but I'm just really, really frustrated, and I have no words. And we just gotta keep fighting. But as always, go Braves, that's never gonna change.